right, let's go back to Diane. Diane, so yeah, we kind of we're getting into different markets, things happening out there, kind of the global economy, because it is a global economy now more than ever.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody has the same pandemic that we do, and everybody's trying to, Europe's trying to, some of them are actually doing monthly checks until the pandemic is over for certain, or for their citizens. So I think we're going to have a lot of countries in the same situation, once this pandemic is over, there will be a recovery period. But it's definitely a different world. And, I don't know about you, Brandon, but when a year ago when this happened, I thought the total opposite of what has happened would happen. I thought that housing would slow down. It did the opposite. It actually sped up, and there's a shortage of inventory.
Yes.
There's still a shortage of inventory, and that is going to continue. And I think we're going to have a year of very good purchases. It's just finding a house, and you have to have the right real estate agent to actually negotiate that home.
That's right.
And make sure that, because there's a lot of times you are not the only one making an offer on that house.
That's right.
So you want to be pre-approved ahead of time, not the day when you go look at a home, but pre-approved, because a lot of times you may have some closets, some things in that closet that may actually need to be taken care of prior to actually falling in love with a home.
Yeah, exactly. But everybody thinks, oh, no, I'm clean as a whistle, no problems here. And they forget that identity theft is at the highest rates we've ever had in the history of planet Earth. They forget that there's, all these different scams going on now, people scamming and cheating and all that kind of stuff. What have you seen in those space?
Oh, yeah. So a lot of times with people that have actually, some people forget because they were a victim of fraud in the past, they have their credit bureau frozen, which is fine. But a lot of times they forget that. And then when I pull a credit, I'm like, oh, it comes up frozen. No, you don't have any, and there's nothing up. And most of them, it's pretty easy to get removed. However, sometimes they've forgotten their password. So if you freeze your credit, make sure you write down your password someplace safe, or remember it, or put it somewhere that you know where it's at.
That's like the guy that had all this Bitcoin, but he couldn't find his password.
Oh,
did you hear
that
story?
That. Yes,
how much was it? Do you remember, Sam?
Like
millions, and it's locked. He can't get to it.
He could not find it, and he took 8 of his 10 tries. He's got 2 chances left.
Yeah. And if he doesn't get in, there's no way to reset it.
He needs to go to a hypnotist or something. Hey, what was the password?
Well, they said he had actually thrown away his hard drive or something, and he was even willing to go to the dump site to actually look through the trash. Anyways, it's like, I probably would do the same thing, though, with billions of dollars.
Don't lose your password for your credit repair or your credit.
No, because it takes days.
Yeah.
But the other thing people don't think about is their down payment. So,
yes.
We look at a 60-day history, and what we look at is anything that's over and above. So for conventional loans, anything over and above 50% of your normal income. Okay. So if it's a deposit that's just done, you went in and deposited, let's say you make $5,000, you went in and deposited $3,000, we're going to have to do a paper trail for that.
Yeah.
So we look at a 60-day history. We look at large deposits. Now you can actually have gift funds from relatives, significant others. You have to have a relationship. It can't be from your employer unless your employer has a situation where they set up where any of their employees can actually get a down payment assistance or a gift or a bonus or whatever they call it for the employees, but it has to be for all employees. So if you work for a small company, I had this come up this week. If you work for a small company, your employer decides to give you a gift, then that can't be counted as a gift because they don't have it in their employee handbook, and there's nothing. They don't have a lot of employees, so they don't even have an employee handbook.
Yeah.
So that becomes a challenge. So we have to figure out a different way. Maybe somebody else can give a gift. It wasn't that much money, so that's actually what we did. But there's always a solution, but people get really frustrated because when you move money from one place to the other, so anytime you move money from, let's say, an account, Robinhood account, I got this one right now.
There you
go. You have a Robinhood account, you move it from that account to you cash it in, So I need 2 months of that Robinhood account, and then I also need to show where it was actually cashed in and then put into your bank account.
Right.
But I have people during the process actually moving money in and out, and it can literally it can cause a lot of confusion for the customer and a lot of frustration. The other thing
absolutely.
is,
Diane, how can people find you? We got just 20 seconds left here.
you can look at my website, dianevance.com, and my phone number is 727-647-8199.
Awesome. All right, Diane, always a pleasure. And support the local economy right here in Tampa Bay. She's a top 5 lender nationally and does a great job. She's got a big team. It can definitely help you win, as we say, in any marketplace. Thanks, Diane.
Thank you.
All right, DianeVance.com. Check her out online. And when we come back, more with Thomas King, and we're going to talk about Second Amendment, and we also have our feel-good story of the day. Kenyan engineer turns plastic waste into bricks stronger than concrete. Find out about our feel-good story right after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show.